So I'm gonna start off by saying we just hit our profit target with this trade. So only thing left now that I need to worry about is just getting my minimum trading days. So, but basically I profited 3,670. I think that's what it said it was. Yeah, 3,670. So as you can see, previous video I lost 1,800, which pushed me 2,600 away from my profit target. And now coming back to make a 3,670 trade, it's insane. Profit targets hit. Um, all I need is just one more trading day that, I'm basically hitting a certain amount of percentage is what I'm thinking that it's asking me to do. Because once again, this is a late video, but I traded again yesterday, which would have been the 26th. And this video was obviously made on 25th. Well, no, it's May 27th, so happy Thanksgiving. But I'm talking about the 25th. Jesus. I'm just going to go down and show you guys this trade. Quick little overview. So as you can see, previous to 930, we had this low and we had this high. This high ends up getting swept right after 930. Well, literally right on 930. I'll put it that way. So the first thing I'm looking for is what is market going to show me after that? We have an expansionary candle to the downside and we start taking out all these lows. My initial thought is, all right, perfect. We are in a buying stage. And I will also say previous to this, I was thinking that I was going to catch a sale because I marked out all these lows. I literally marked them all out. I'm actually going to show you, well, I'm not going to go too deep. This was a low, obviously. This was a low. This was a low. And I was like, oh, snap, let's see what price does. I'm trying to catch a sale and hit all these top profit targets. I'm just going to go down to a 1 minute time frame and show you guys there was no retest. There's going to be a reason why I'm going over this with you guys, even though this is not the trade. So as you can see, we're sitting here looking at this. There was a break of structure, but there was no fair value gap retest. No retest right here, no retest right here, no retest right here, no retest right here. And I'm like freaking out because I'm like, dude, like price just freaking manipulated all of my liquidity that I was targeting. And with that being said, once again, we still are on an uptrend. There was an opportunity. I'm gonna show you this also. Once we take out these lows, we start getting a buying momentum. There's like absolutely no retests. This fair value gap right here did not get retested. Well, this inverse fair value gap, it did not get retested. A clear retest for me is the freaking wick has to go inside, and I have to see it inside of my zone. Then I will consider that as a valid retest. Well, we didn't get one right here. We didn't get one right here. We did not get one right here. And obviously ignore this right now. We didn't get one right here. We got one right here, and I said, I'm not falling for this trick. Price literally came all the way up, broke structure right here, and then we get a retest. No, this is not it. This is not. I'm not falling for this crap. I was a little bit frustrated because why would I take profit if my stop loss was going to be somewhere down here? Because this is still unfilled, unmitigated fair value gaps and inverse fair value gaps, and I'm like, nah, price is way too high. I don't think there's going to be a trading day. So I kind of got a little bit frustrated. I'm going to go back to the 1 minute now. I mean, the 5 minute. As you can see, we literally, we sweep. We don't get a break of structure, but we get an expansionary candle to the downside. I've seen this pattern happen so many times, and I'm kind of like information overload because I really want this to be broken down in a way that you guys can understand there is still an opportunity. Be patient. We obviously got a rejection, well, two wick rejections, obviously off of the 1 minute fair value gap. And I'm kind of like getting a little bit sloppy with saying this, but I kind of want to be very clear. So I'll explain my strategy and then I'll go back to it. Obviously, we come all the way back down, retest this fair value gap, and the moment I saw this doji candle, I got in. I smashed the button in, stop loss under the expansionary candle, and then I start waiting for price to play out. And we get this bullish momentum, and then we get a consolidating phase. I start panicking because I'm like, dude, here we go. The whole momentum has already left because we kind of just literally Drove. How far did we go? We started from 717 all the way down to 7. We basically dropped, let's say, 50 pips in the matter of how much time, and then we come back up, let's say 30 to 40 pips. That's a lot of momentum in just a short amount of time. So my thoughts in this moment is, oh my gosh, now we're going to get stuck in consolidating phases. I didn't fear that my strategy was like wrong. I feared more of like, oh my gosh, I can't stand to be in a I can't stand to be in a trade for longer than an hour. I put it like that. But that's just my strategy. I'll be put in a situation like this. And it's just frustrating because one thing I don't want to happen, once again, I trust my strategy. One thing I don't want to happen is being in a strategy, I mean, being in a trade. Lord, help me with my words. Being in a trade for so long just to catch a loss when you've been in profit this entire time. So, long story short, we get this retest, consolidating phase, we get a break, we get another freaking consolidating phase previous to like 2 pips of stop loss. I mean, take profit. So we smash it. I make this money. I'm like, hallelujah. We literally just passed the take profit the profit target. Couldn't get it out. We passed the profit target. Now all we need is the minimum days. But to go back to what I was saying is, I'm trying to give you guys clarity on like chart analysis. Like you need to have a strong bias, and that's what's going to make you a really, really good trader, even if a profitable trader. Because let's sit there and say this. Let's say I have a strategy, but I cannot have a accurate bias every time I trade. If I would have gotten this trade, literally had a strategy, what if my strategy was just expansionary candles? Oh, I see an expansionary candle, and this was a fair value gap retest. I'm going to enter. Oh my gosh, we're going to be profitable. Da 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 da. Long story short, you're sitting here going on this tangent, and then price goes into a reversal. This right here, equal lows. Price had an expansionary candle to the downside, but still didn't let's just say force its way down. So we get a wick. Next candle, we get another wick. All I'm trying to say here is because I'm kind of like confusing myself with this. Whenever price is showing you weak momentum after having a strong momentum to a certain direction, price, I'm saying this in the wrongest of words. I don't want to lose myself in this. Thank you, thank you. Because you've been rambling. Whenever you can see rejection and it looks very, very clean, per se, stick with your strategy. Find your strategy in the setup. Yes, I know that this was the last fair value gap after all this momentum. And like, well, Q, where's the sweep? Well, Q, where's the breaker structure? Well, Q, where's the. I put it to you like this. This was the sweep. This was the breaker structure. This was the fair value gap that got filled. And there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, the breaker structures and the sweeps have to be like this. This one, I will say, was a gamble, but it was very accurate of a gamble. It still was my strategy, but it was a gamble. So that's kind of what I want to say to you guys is your strategy, you can have a very strict strategy, but sometimes you're not going to see it play out. That's what I've been trying to get at too. Like you need to be able to see market and be like, oh snap, this is my strategy. But what kind of setup is it? Is this a A plus? Is this a B plus? Is this a C plus? Like you need to figure out what works best for your strategy, but also to where you can still play with market conditions and still be profitable. Now, am I saying take chances and gamble? No. I'm saying stick to your strategy, but also take chances because you never know if that's another way you can look at the market. I know there's certain people that will trade once a week, which that's fine, but I'm trying to get at the fact that my strategy was expanded in this time frame, but it still worked. Am I going to say that that's going to work every single time? No, but I'm a risk taker. I like to trade. I like to put myself in situations where it's like, hey, let's make some money and there's opportunities. That's what I'm trying to get at. And I couldn't get it out my tongue because I was like thinking too hard on it. But I'm trying to give you guys, room to see, hey, man, I didn't think there was going to be a trade. I started getting frustrated. I'm like, dude, what is market doing? We get this retest. We get this like whole momentum from left to right, and then we still end up making the trade. Take chances. Take the opportunity to just move forward. Take anything that you can, as long as it has, as long as you have a bias and as long as it lines up with your strategy. Put it like that. But I'm gonna get off here. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I love you guys. We just literally hit 70 subscribers, which is huge to me because I was like, dude, we ain't been moving. We've been stagnant. And at the end of the day, I don't look at, myself as in like, oh, man's glory. I look at it be like, glory be to God, because the fact that it's growing. And obviously I'm here to influence, I'm here to God, I'm here to give direction, whatever it may be, for the audience that God has blessed me with. It's his audience. But also I have to be careful with how I influence people, because I don't want to just lead you astray. I don't want to sit here and be like the blind leading the blind, and then they both fall in the ditch. No, I'm trying to guide you so you can take care of yourself. I'm trying to guide you so you can have, wisdom and discernment. I'm trying to guide you so you can have clarity in markets, whatever it may be, as long as it's in those lines. But uh, everybody have a great day. Everybody continue just to, help one another, guide one another. Don't give to receive, give to give, and give with a giving heart. Um, God is good, man. I'm all over the place because literally I just took an ice bath. And lately I've been taking these ice baths, and I promise you it is shock therapy, but it is peaceful. It's something that's really helping me in my walk with God, because it's making me super uncomfortable. But I'm a person that I like to be uncomfortable because I see growth there. I don't like always being comfortable, because then I start getting careless. I start doing things I shouldn't be doing. And I'm giving this to you guys because maybe you need to stop being so comfortable. Maybe you need to stop focusing on what's going to make you have pleasure in this moment. You know, I'll give you a quick analogy. My wife told me, she said, Q, sometimes you can't just enjoy the roses. And I told her, I said, well, I'm that type of person that, people put flowers in a vase and then just let it sit and expect that those flowers are just gonna continue to, grow or stay healthy. I'm that type of person that I like to change my water. I like to feed my flowers and make sure that they live continuously and that they stay looking beautiful. They stay looking good. What I'm trying to say to you is, I don't care for temporary happiness. I care the fact that whatever I have, it stays in good condition. Whatever I have, it stays looking beautiful. I don't care if I get to enjoy it for 5 seconds. I'm trying to enjoy something for eternity. I'm trying to enjoy something for a long period of time. And, that's just the POV that I have. That's just the way that I move. I don't look at things just as in right here, right now. I look at it long term. And that's what's benefited me in my walk with a lot of things, with Christ, with, trading, with how I maneuver in, car sales, and, with YouTube. Everything is a long term. As long as you take care of it, it will produce its own fruit. You have to just be trying. You have to just be willing. You have to be open minded. And all it takes is just being patient, just trying. Literally. God created me to be the man that I am today, and I'm still working. He's still working. It's a process. So, glory be to all Him that I have this mindset, that I have this hope, that I have this joy. So, our glory to Him once again. But last but not least, happy Thanksgiving. And with me, I gotta go in Jesus' name.